going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Saturday. Got an unusual stream on a Saturday, and I will explain exactly why. So, as all of you know, I usually take Saturday off. It is date night, so I don't stream on Saturday. However, occasionally, when Heather has plans, we swap Saturday and Sunday. This week she has plans tonight, so tomorrow night is date night. Now, a couple of weeks ago, Shane's Dumb Criminals, he started streaming on Saturday nights because I don't stream. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. Good. And and then right after he made that decision, date night was swapped, and I did not want to stream and take away from his views. I love what he's doing. I just didn't want to do it. Then I found out that Biggin has a anniversary dinner this evening. Congratulations, giant shout out to Biggin and Mrs. Biggin. I hope you guys are having a great evening. So I just decided, you know what, I'll just go at 6, and that's what we're doing. So I am streaming tonight. I am still off tomorrow night, but we will be rating Shane afterwards. So let's just hang out. Let's have some fun. But I will tell you this: I don't have 2 hours worth of content. So what I did is, I had a little nudge from a couple different people and said, you should start doing some flashbacks. Maybe do compilations of older videos that are really good that haven't been around in a while. I was like, all right, let's do that tonight. So that's what we're doing. So I've got a giant collection of a lot of my favorite older videos, and we're gonna watch them. We're gonna react to them. Now, I did my best to edit myself out of these, because they all came from my channel, so I had to edit my comments out. I might have missed a couple of them. You'll notice that a couple of the shots on the editing are kind of weird because I tried to edit not just my comments out, but the live stream comments that I bring on screen. I tried to edit those out as well. So it might be a little weird, but I'm not used to editing people out, right? I don't do this very often. I don't have a content theft channel where all I do is steal other people's content, edit them out. I don't know, I'm just not good at it. So hopefully, this, you know what? Screw it. We're all going to have fun. Okay. You guys ready? Let's go. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Good morning.
Yes, I would like to
Be quiet. Let's follow our normal procedure, and then we're gonna get around to what we gotta do with business. Mr. Lamar, what do we have?
Yeah, Mr. Thomas was charged with disorderly conduct and MCE 1865. You pleading guilty or not?
I'm pleading not guilty.
He's pleading not guilty, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm requesting not a bench trial, but a jury trial in the next court. I would like to escalate it. So
Mr. Lamar, can we send the city ordinance to state court? Like, we need to find a similar state statute to send to state court.
It was used as a disorderly conduct under the state statute.
What's the normal procedure? The normal procedure.
Normal
We don't
procedure is
do it.
you don't give it.
Okay.
If he was charged under a cease order.
What I'm hearing, Mr. Thomas, is because it's choice of the city ordinance.
may I speak?
You can't speak on the facts of the case.
Not the facts of the case, no.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I don't really necessarily want to speak on the facts of the case, but I do want to speak on the representation of the case.
What does that mean?
The attorney that was representing me, he came and spoke with me about the case several times.
This case or another case?
The case that got dismissed.
Okay.
So I was falsely reported as a gun trafficker. They said that I was had a bag full of guns on Greyhound about the traffic to where I was going.
Okay.
And the lady also announced, the bus driver announced to all the passengers on the bus that their life was in jeopardy, that I had a machine gun that I was going to shoot everybody.
Okay. And
So
did that lead to the charge that you were here about?
yes, that led to the charges because the
charge that was dismissed.
The arresting officer asked me about the guns.
So why are we talking about a charge that was dismissed in the court? Why are we doing that?
Because the attorney that represented me came to discuss the case with me 8 different times, and I asked him to request the video from the bus and the officer, which are false.
And who was the attorney?
Lepper, and he refused to do so. And I'm asking for a trial right now.
On the one that was dismissed?
Yes, because
how does it get any better than being dismissed? You get
because
the trial, and you can win the trial, and then you'll be found not guilty. It's the same thing as the charge being dismissed, and you're not having to go to trial.
Well,
so I don't understand what you gain by me undismissing the case and allowing you to have a trial on it.
Because what I have to gain is this. Since I've been here, I have been a victim of several financial crimes. And what they did in the course of the crimes that they committed with my bank and Verizon Wireless, they went and picked up cell phones. They got hundreds of dollars out of my account. And to keep me from being able to refute these companies, they threatened them.
Well, how does that relate to my court?
Because in this case right here,
the
dismissed case, they announced me as an active shooter. And I really honestly feel like the bus driver that made the phone call and reported me as an active shooter.
Who did the bus driver work?
Lakeisha Wembley. I feel like she should be arrested. It was I don't know. It happened in Albany, and they changed the police report. I feel like the officer should be arrested.
Do you think the grievance, one of your grievances is the laws against the person who made a phone call, who operated the bus? You got to find out where that person comes from and deal with it.
She's coming from Atlanta. I know her address. I can knock on her door. I know where she live at.
You got to figure out who she work for. You want to get
she work for Greyhound.
Okay, so you got to deal with Greyhound, not the Albany and nothing before.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this: that the attorney that represented me and these court officials that took me out of the courtroom. First of all, he tried to get me to plead.
You have a right to.
Yeah, I have a right. He tried to get me to plead guilty.
If you want to sue folks, sue folks.
Well, no, I don't want to sue nobody. I'm poor. I have a right to an attorney.
You can't waste the time in my court, lodging all of your grievances, and then your mindset is you plan to do nothing about it.
No, my mindset is I need an attorney.
You just want to vent.
I'm not venting.
Yeah, you are venting.
These are my rights. I'm expressing.
Bus driver, the lawyer.
I answered your question, sir.
Next is gonna be me, and then you're not gonna get into a brawl.
I just answered your question.
No.
I don't know.
So what can I do for you this morning?
I need an attorney and I need a trial for this case.
No, you can't have no trial for this case now.
I'm talking about for the current case in court now. Today.
But you don't want Mr. Leffler.
Huh?
You don't want Mr. Leffler.
You know, Mr. Leffler.
Yeah, answer the question.
Well, no, I don't. I feel like there's a conflict of interest because he represented me twice.
Okay.
The last case he represented me on, he came and discussed the facts of the case several times.
That's probably protected by attorney-client privilege.
In crunch time,
not my. Tighter than that, I'm going to appoint you to represent it.
Say what, Your Honor?
You can't hear now?
I'm back.
I said you pull your arm any tighter, I'm going to appoint you to represent it. So you loosen your arm up.
And Your Honor, I do have one question.
I tell you this, Mr. Agdon, if you
I would like to ask
if you I'm sorry your name wrong. If you find you a lawyer that says all that will represent you, I will appoint him to represent you, get you the injuries, and I will have the city of Albany to pay that personal reasonable fee that we pay other public defenders in the court.
Sir, and may I ask a question though, Your Honor?
Last one.
Just last question.
Yeah.
You know, I am being harassed due to Attorney Ledford.
Who's harassing you due to Attorney Ledford?
The court. You know, I was in here
Which
working.
court?
This whole courthouse, they banned me from the building.
Right, but that ain't got nothing to do with them. That's why they sending there now, because you're banned. They got to sit here and protect me and the whole world against
I
you.
haven't, I've been. So my question it was, if this court, outside of the little charade they did, because they were the only one aggressive, not me. All I did, so Attorney Level tried to trick me to plead guilty, really.
That's when the charge was dismissed.
Yes, he tried, before they dismissed it, he brought me the paperwork and said I was pleading not guilty. And then I read it, and they said I'm pleading no contest. Verbally, he said I'm pleading not guilty, and then I read it and it said I'm pleading guilty.
The record in the court and the system is that the charge was dismissed.
Yes, sir. But what I'm saying is this: I didn't do anything to be banned from the courthouse.
Well, that's not. I
need your law library. What can I do to?
You need to deal with the sheriff and his staff. You've been banned by, I don't know whether the Superior Court judge or who's Superior Court judge.
Banned by Judge Lockett.
Okay.
He's been ordered, and he has an order copy of the banishment. Anytime he needs to come to this courthouse, he needs to contact Judge Lockett and the sheriff's office if he has court appearances. If he would like to not be banned, he needs to petition Judge Lockett, and Judge Lockett will have another hearing.
Thanks for that.
All right. This is one of those guys. He got banned from the courthouse. What do you do to have to get banned from the courthouse? Now, I covered a case, I don't know, 2 months ago where a mother of a defendant got banned from the courthouse. And she just had an attitude and she talked back to the judge and she got banned from the courthouse. I want to know what he did to get banned from the courthouse, but let's just go. He's about to make some wild claims that are funny. They're funny, and I don't like making fun of people for being dumb, but we're gonna make fun of this guy.
I use the law library.
Off limits and the Judge Lockett grants you permission to use because it's in the judicial building.
They mad because I'm just like Johnny Cochran. That's what it is.
Johnny Cochran did. You ain't like Johnny Cochran.
In the flesh. They mad about that.
Okay, all right.
They mad because I learned
what's your trial date? You don't give you a trial date. They might dismiss it in the meantime.
Yes, I know. I'm just like Mr. Johnny Cochran. I got my books out the garbage can like he did.
Okay.
And I studied just like he did.
All right, I can't pass that up. They're mad because I'm just like Johnny Cochran. No, you're not. Johnny Cochran's dead. You go, Judge.
All right, y'all fix them order for November 27th.
That's a country. My court date in Florida. Get down there now.
Show me proof of the court date now. You told me last time I thought you were here in Florida.
Yeah, I missed the court date because I was here. I canceled theirs for here.
That's an accident to your right there, you know her?
Oh.
How did you get banned from the Crew Tower? I mean, I guess it was there's that like little mall area that used to be in it. How did you get banned from the Crew Tower? Were you doing something stupid on the observatory, on the the observation deck? I can see people getting banned for doing something stupid up there, but how did you do that?
Got to head down on that.
Am I allowed to use the phone in the courtroom?
You're allowed to give me what I asked you to do.
I don't have the paper here. I have to tell y'all.
What time is your court date on the 27th?
At 8:30 a.m. in Orlando, Florida.
All right, how long you plan on being in Florida after 27th?
I mean,
when you plan on going?
As soon as I resolve here. I mean, they stopped the buses from me from coming here.
Hey man, you just told me you got a court date there. So you got to leave at some point to be there on 27th.
I mean, I could be here October. I mean, the month after if you need me here.
When do you plan to leave going to Florida for your November 27th court date?
As soon as possible. Can we schedule this for the first of the year?
No. I don't want to start my year off like we ended. I don't want to do that.
I like that.
What's our last court date? I know we planned, we were not having court 2 weeks ago. Our last court date. Hold on, Wednesday, okay. We're scheduled for December 13th.
Okay.
Now sit over there and do the order, and then once we get the order done, then get it.
And it's, I'm entitled to that order, right? It's like a disposition, right? And that's all I asked them for. That's how this case happened. I asked them for the disposition. They pushed me out of here. Thank you, sir.
Sit down, Johnny Cochran. All right. That one was fun. Yeah, looking back at my old videos, I had a lot of fun doing it. It took me a lot of time this morning. When I decided to go live, and I was like, I'm going to do all these throwbacks. A lot of editing to take myself out. It's a lot more work than I thought it was to remove myself from my own videos. Yeah, I'm not going to have that problem anymore because I don't delete any. Yeah, anyways, that's a different story. Can we talk about Doc Ock getting kicked out of the Crew Tower? So, for those of you who don't know, the Crew Tower was the tallest building in Cincinnati until they just built the first American insurance building. Is now taller than the Crew Tower in Cincinnati. But there's a observation deck that's not quite at the top of the Crew Tower, but it's up there. And looks like Doc Ock decided to do something stupid on the top of the tallest building in Cincinnati, where you're actually outside looking over the city. So, yeah, I would have banned you too. I don't even know the story, but all you said was yes, you did something stupid up there. Yeah, you're done. Okay, let's keep going. Doc Ock. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
People versus Alexandria. Is it Odgers?
Nimish Ganatra for the people.
And Edward Drukas on behalf.
All right, this is the last video that I published before I was demonetized. Like, I was demonetized the day after I published this video. And this is by far the biggest viewed video I have. So I have one clip and then I have the follow-up clip. They happen a week apart. So, yeah, let's go.
Alexandria Augers. I'm getting her from the waiting room, Your Honor.
Yeah, this is 2 years ago, Judge Simpson.
Alexandria Odgers.
Right. Okay, and what are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, I had a conversation with her this afternoon. I'm asking for an adjournment to go over the facts of this case with her. I've been able to communicate, and I don't believe there are any offers, but I need a little bit more time to discuss that with her.
Yeah, I was demonetized. I was like 3 months into my channel, and I was demonetized for reused content. That's why I talk so much during my videos now, so that doesn't happen again. But yeah, I gained 5,000 subscribers in 3 months. It was awesome. And then YouTube just swept the rug out from underneath me. And I've been struggling to gain that initial boom back. It was awesome at first, and then it's been a struggle since, but we're slowly getting there.
Okay, I don't think I'll have a problem with the adjournment. I'm more concerned with, I have a progress report that I'm concerned with, that the defendant's testing positive for a number of different controlled substances.
And I am in receipt of that. When I did receive it, I had communicated to her, and it sounded like she was looking into an inpatient program. And she's contacted two, and I think she will be in an inpatient program within the next day or two.
Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
Tell you what I'll do. I'm not going to give a long adjournment because I'm going to try to make sure. I'll grant you an adjournment to the 7th, 2023 at 9. When's your next test?
I call on Sunday. So it's random,
Right. Okay.
So it's been like Mondays, Tuesdays, around that time period.
Well, today's what's the 24th. Ma'am, if I sent you over to community corrections to test right now, would you test positive?
Yes. That I just tested. What was it?
When did you just test? When did you test?
Yesterday? Was it yesterday?
I have a test from the 21st, which was Monday. Did you test after Monday?
No.
Hey, young lady, I'm looking at your eyes right now, and I'm
Mhm.
looking at you. When's the last time you used?
Day before yesterday?
That's what I thought. All right.
Your Honor, I have a suggestion.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking that she be remanded
Yes.
based on this use. I'm concerned for her health and safety. And if she does get into a treatment program, I'm happy to stipulate to her release to inpatient treatment. Mr. Drukas can prepare an order and we'll stipulate to it for your review, but I'm concerned right now for her safety.
As am I. Mr. Drukas, anything you want to say in that regard?
Your Honor, I did communicate with one of the programs yesterday and then another one this morning. She's a bed away, and I think it's in her best interest to get into that program as well.
Turned it out to the 7th at this point in time, but ma'am,
Yes.
right now I'm going to revoke your bond in this case because you've been using.
Okay.
I'm going to order that you report to the Washtenaw County Jail. I want you to report by 5 p.m. today. So you need to report within the next 2.5 hours.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes.
If you,
Okay.
hold on. If you don't report to the Washtenaw County Jail, then I'm going to issue a bench warrant for your arrest without bond.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Alvin.
Oh, I even kept in this like cool screen. Kind of, it froze. I think that was me trying to edit that out. Anyways, Shane is in the house. What's up, Shane? We are rating Shane tonight. He is less than 100 subs from 25,000 subscribers. So don't go subscribe to him now. For all you that aren't subscribed to him, don't do it now. Wait till I rate him, so then we can be there when it happens. Because we don't want it to happen before we get there. We need to get there first. Shane, really good to see you. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's go. Part 2.
Case of the People versus Alexandria. Is it Audrey?
Jonathan Owens on behalf of the people.
Edward Drukas on behalf of Alexandria Augers. Your Honor, there is a note probably in the file that she was to turn herself in on our last hearing date, which was August 24th. She went to the jail in time, and the jail called an ambulance, and she was in Trinity Health for about 4 days. He was then off into a Pontiac hospital and was released yesterday. When she contacted me, I told her to turn herself into court or turn herself into the jail, which she attempted to do this morning and was denied.
He was denied this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's my understanding why she's at the 14A1 District Court, Your Honor.
All right. So you're requesting an adjournment of these proceedings, Mr. Drukas?
Well, there's two things. I have gone over the facts of the case and we would be looking to waive today, Your Honor.
Well, I'm not going to permit the waiver while she's on technically bench.
Yeah, she claimed that she tried to turn herself in, but they turned her away and sent her to the hospital instead. So according to her, what she told her attorney, that's about to come up in a second, that she tried to turn herself in, got denied, sent to the hospital. Generally, that means she showed up high to jail, and they're like, no, we're not taking you, we're sending you to the hospital. But then they turned her away. That part is what doesn't make sense. But just wait.
Warrant status.
Okay, so she is
What
available to turn herself in.
What I will do is this. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to adjourn this to September 21st, 2 weeks out, 2023 at 9 a.m. Ms. Odgers,
Yes.
couple questions.
Okay.
She wasn't denied today. All right. First of all, Ms. Odgers, you may have told your counsel that you were denied entry to the Washington County Jail today. You were not denied entry to the jail. We just called down and checked. Ms. Odgers, when's the last time you used?
Right before I went into the hospital, like earlier that morning, was it?
Have you used it all today?
No.
What about yesterday?
No.
All right. This point, then, defendant's bond is revoked. You are at the 14A1 District Court. There are officers actually waiting outside the door, so I'd suggest that you follow their instructions. They're going to take you into custody, and then we're going to see you on the 21st. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, wait a second. I kept this part in. Kind of see her get arrested for a second.
Calls case of the people versus Alan Smith.
All right. So, yeah, that, like I said, that is the biggest viewed video I have on my channel, and it happened right before I was demonetized, which sucks because I've never had a video go, do that well, and then right when that video did that well, YouTube's like, nope, we're not paying you, we're demonetizing you. That's a different story. I've talked about that 100 times though. But what she did, she failed a drug test a week before this hearing, and she showed up to her attorney's office. She was ordered to turn herself in from that hearing. She did not do that. She went a couple days later to turn herself in, so she says. But then she said the jail turned her away and sent her to the hospital instead. Yeah, and then we found out that no, the jail never turned her away, never sent her to the hospital. So that was a lie. I will say this: if you watch part 1 and part 2, she's a completely different person. In part 2, she does actually seem somewhat sober. She might be completely sober, I don't know. But the first hearing, not even close. Yeah, but that happened almost 2 years ago. Don't know where she is now. Hopefully she's doing great. She's sober, she's clean, and she's living a productive life. Hopefully. All right. Now we're going to move on to a short Judge Washington clip where we just have an idiot. We just got an idiot.
State of Michigan versus Dennis Duff, case number 23-00246.
Assistant Public Defender Dodgy Lieb on behalf of Mr. Duff. Mr. Duff, could you please state your name? Mr. Duff, could you want me to state your name, sir?
Dennis Edward Duff. Sorry about that.
Thank you. We're supposed to be here for sentencing today, but Mr. Duff failed to keep an appointment with the probation department.
I believe it was an appointment for a substance use assessment, Your Honor.
That is correct.
Can I say something, please? I was told to get a hold of probation for a pre-sentence, and I did, and they told me they would send me a packet to fill out, and they never did. I tried to call my attorney, but I couldn't get a hold of him either, so it's like nobody wants to listen to what I have to say here. I don't know what to do. I would have gladly took care of what I'm trying to take care of everything I can. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, was the pre-sentence?
Sir, on July the 26th. No, that's not it.
I called probation. They told me they would send me a packet to fill
Sir,
out.
I heard you when you said that the first time.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. No, I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna pass this to see if the email was sent to you, Mr. Duff. We keep copies when we send those emails. If the email was sent to you, then I'll address that when I get back.
I'm not sure what that meant. I'm sorry.
You're sure what I just said, which was I'm gonna address it when I get back, when I see if there's an email.
Okay. Okay. I guess.
Time while it's being passed, Mr. Duff also has a new violation report from the testing. So I don't know if we need to discuss that as well.
Have you spoken to Mr. Duff about his violation report, Mr. Love?
I have not, Your Honor.
All right. Well, that's not
He hasn't spoken to me at all.
Mr. Duff also needs to. I'm sorry. It's what?
I'm sorry. These flies. I got mosquitoes buzzing all around my neck. I'm sorry. I wasn't talking to the court, ma'am.
I'm gonna pass this so that you can talk to him, Mr. LeBeau. Your client is probably gonna need to come in person next time because this is not working as he just said.
I didn't say that. Okay. All right.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I did search through my email. It looks like I don't personally have an email that was sent directly to the defendant, but I have the referral that was sent to the assessor and to a PD list server.
Then I never received.
Sir, please stop talking.
Okay. I'm sorry, ma'am.
If he did not receive it, then he can't fill it out still. So that's what my concern is, whether or not he actually received it. So
I can check with
Shane, when you're streaming tonight, open up a YouTube browser. Just whatever you use for browsing the internet, open it up. I use Chrome. It's the best, by the way. But open up your browser, bring up your channel, and as a channel creator, as an owner of your channel, you can gift 10 free memberships a month. So all you have to do is go down to the, just as if you were gifting memberships to any channel. Go click the gifted memberships, and it'll say there, just click gift memberships, and it'll say you have 10 free gifted memberships left this month, and you can give them out. So that's how you do it with the free ones. So you can test that tonight if you'd like.
Our coordinator to see if there's a packet with that information in it.
All right, thank you. Mr. LeBeau, we're gonna put you in the room so you can talk to him about his violation in the interim time period.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Maybe I'm just super cool. I don't know. I do apologize if you can't do it though. I just gave you advice. I thought I was being really clever and helpful. Apparently I was not.
I did just check my email and I do not have a assessment sent to Mr. Duff.
Bullshit. Can't take this.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I think you want to be held in
I don't
contempt.
know why everybody has a problem with me, man. I don't understand this.
Well, when you say this is bullshit on the record.
I didn't say this is, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not saying another word.
Well, maybe you should have heeded that advice before you said those words.
Yeah, okay. You obviously have an attitude with me personally for some reason. I don't know what
Mr.
it
Duff,
is.
you should stop talking.
The courtroom. He needs his next appearance will be in person.
Yeah,
That's all right. Right. Not that my packet didn't come. Everything I'm saying is true. Good. So that's the next.
Yeah, that turned sideways fast. He was yelling at flies, and then don't do that. Real quick, Doc Ock, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Welcome to the 10 new members. Thank you so much, Doc Ock. That is awesome. And Durfwood became a new member. Thank you so much, Durfwood. Welcome to the family. Thank you. And real quick, Shane, I think I know what the issue is. If you gift me 50 subscribers or 50 memberships, gift me 50 memberships, and it's going to fix the glitch. You're going to be able to give the free memberships on your channel. That is absolutely what the issue is. Don't do that. That was a joke. Don't do that. Don't do it. I thought it was funny. Okay, next case. Let's go.
Okay, now give me a minute. I'm doing the best I can. Good afternoon. Are you Elizabeth Louise Thornthwaite?
Yes.
This is Judge Middleton. This is an old file, 182241OT. You were charged with driving with a suspended license on March 31st of 2018.
That's a lie.
Well,
I was never officially notified. I wasn't officially notified.
all right, you got a ticket and you had a court date and David Marvin was appointed as your lawyer.
Legal Fiction, thank you so much for the 20 gifted memberships. That's extremely generous of you. Thank you so much. Welcome to the 20 new members. Legal Fiction, thank you. Please, I really hope that my joke towards Shane didn't entice you to do that, but I do appreciate it. And we got another one. Andy with the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Andy. You know what? We're only 20 gifted memberships away from Shane being able to donate free memberships. You know what's going to happen? If we get 20 more memberships, I'm going to have to actually donate memberships on this channel is what's going to happen. But you guys are awesome. Andy, Legal Fiction, thank you so much. Welcome to the 30 new members. Okay, let's go. Judge Middleton.
And
now I went to the jail to talk to the chief of police at Three Rivers. They told me they didn't have a chief there. Then I asked for the one underneath him. I can't remember what it is now. And they said, oh, we don't have one in here either.
all right, well, let me.
Over this incident.
When did you get arrested? Last night?
I didn't get arrested.
Well, you're in jail. Yeah. When did you get arrested last night?
I don't know what time it was.
Well, where was it?
At my niece's. She hit me in the head. I got a big lump.
All right, where was that?
Three Rivers.
Who's your niece?
Yeah, Judge Middleton knows everyone. Alex, she still streams, but it's not as much as she used to. She'll pop up every now and then. She doesn't do her like normal what I would consider where everyone her pretrial docket. Where, pre-trial. She doesn't do that one anymore. Sometimes she'll do just a regular court docket and do like I don't know, probation violation hearings. But those are rarely that interesting. So that's probably why you don't see her. I actually almost put her into this video tonight. I've got a couple videos of her from 2 years ago, but yeah. I want to do this every now and then, so I just saved her for the next one. While I am paused, Kimmy, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to the 5 new members. Kimmy, you are awesome. Thank you so much.
Helen Tobias.
All right, so you were a victim of an assault and they found this old warrant for your arrest. Is that true?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay. Where do you live?
I was living with my niece and I was going to leave in the morning. She told me I had to leave, but I was going to leave the next morning. I hadn't even
Where
called
have you
cab.
been for the last 5 years?
Oh, mostly in Kalamazoo.
All right, some of this is very old and it's hard to remember. You got a ticket for driving with a suspended license on July 31st.
What year?
Well, July 31st of 2018. You were driving without your headlights on in the middle of the road at 4 o'clock.
No, that's a lie too.
Yeah.
I was parked alongside the road and I drove about 10 feet and I wasn't even out in the traffic lane. And then I turned the lights on. I wasn't out in the middle of the road.
Well, all right. They allege that your driver's license was suspended. I appointed a lawyer to represent you, Mr. David Marvin, and I paid for it. And you paid me back by never showing up again. Mr. Marvin had been in communication with Mr. Barnes, who was the Three Rivers City attorney. He offered to reduce this charge to a charge called no valid operator's license. That is a charge which is punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. It carries 2 points, but it does not suspend your license.
Sir, I was up north. I got a bunch of mail at my niece's, about 9 letters. I opened 4 of them, but that letter was from the Secretary of State I hadn't opened. And that's when he pulled me over and said I was driving illegally.
So do you acknowledge that you didn't have a valid license on that day?
No, I had a driver's license. He didn't even take it from me.
The
I
Secretary
wasn't
of
officially notified by the Secretary of State because I had never opened the letter. I was up north.
All right. Well, the fact that you didn't open it didn't mean they didn't give you notice. If you plead to not having a valid operator's license, I'm going to give you a day in jail and let you out of jail. If you wish to have a hearing on this, I'm going to appoint a lawyer and set it for a hearing. And if you can't postpone, you can sit in jail. So
They illegally took my car.
When?
And I
5
didn't
years
have a
ago?
driver's license. 2018. He illegally took my car. He had it towed away. I had to walk over to my niece's. I had my driver's license with me. On the yellow form that he filled out, he said he took me to jail. He couldn't take me to jail because I wasn't officially notified. So I walked back over to my niece's.
She's going a lot of places all at once, isn't she? So she claims to have not remembered when this was, and then she's saying that everything's a lie. Yeah. I feel bad Judge Middleton in this one.
All right.
And that's the truth. I didn't go to
The
jail.
prosecutor contends that you were officially notified when they sent you the
I
notice.
wasn't.
Well, everyone
I
could
hadn't
just say I
opened
didn't.
it.
Well, yeah, everybody
I hadn't
could beat
opened
it
it.
by not having opened it.
Well,
I
how
didn't
was I
open
supposed
it,
to
so
know
I
what
didn't
was
know
in
I
it?
was suspended. All right, I
No, I
don't.
didn't know.
Okay. I'm gonna appoint
I
a
think that
lawyer
was
for
in
you.
line.
Okay.
Three Rivers should give me my car back. I called for a loan. They said, I'm done, $8,000 on that car. They illegally took my car.
Okay.
Now
Is
I
that
got
why
bad credit.
Okay. Set a pre-trial trial for November 3rd. Well, we got to get a special, oh, it's the city attorney, so that won't matter. Is a TR case. Bond is $200, cash or surety. Do you have $200?
Not on me.
All right, will someone post the bond for you?
Does it have to be cash?
Cash or surety
With 30.
through a bonding
What's that
company.
mean?
This woman's
Through a
fun.
bonding company.
I
She's
got
a
a
lot of
credit
fun.
card.
All right, well, perhaps you can use that. I tried to get you out of jail on 1 day's notice, but you're not, don't want to do that. I don't trust you to show up again. You've been AWOL for 5 years. You don't have a permanent address. You just got kicked out of your niece's house, and you're still mad about what happened 5 years ago. And you've been
I gotta
AWOL
go
for
back
5
and get my
years.
stuff at my
So
niece's.
if
My
you do
luggage is
bond
at my
out,
niece's.
if you do bond out, you're to be here Friday, November 3rd at 8:30. If you don't
That
bond
whole
out,
case is a lie. I
Okay.
wasn't officially notified. I can't read through an envelope.
Yes, well, if that were the case, everybody could just say I never got notified because I never opened my mail. So you
I
have your
didn't
own
open it.
interpretation. Yeah,
The
so,
officer had
okay.
it opened in front of him. Officer
Okay.
got it out of my car and brought it into the police car and had me open it in front of him. And then I knew what was in the letter.
Very good. All right, we'll have a hearing. The bond actually was 400. I cut it in half to 200. Cash or surety.
This thing
All
take
right.
money off me. This is nothing but identity thing.
Okay.
Identity thing.
All right, I'm
And I
questioning
need
my own
medical
identity.
attention on my legs. I'm
All
in a
right,
lot of
thank you.
pain.
Today was my day.
You're right, Judge.
Hey,
but you guys want to
I
see-
don't know, but literally, I don't trust her to come back. So we'll do the best we can. All right, thank you for your help, Keith. All right, Judge Pattison is got a photographer waiting for something, so I guess I better get out there.
I'm gonna go buy a Lamborghini, but I'm not gonna open the bill. I'll talk to you later.
He's gonna go buy a Lamborghini and not open the bill. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I miss these old cases. I feel like we don't get these kind of cases anymore. Everyone knows they're on YouTube, so everyone's on their best behavior. Anyways, Kimmy, thank you so much for the 5 gifted membership. You know, I don't know if I already thanked you. I think I did. Anyways, if I did, you're getting the second one. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to the 5 new members. Thank you, Kimmy. Legal Fiction dropping 10 more. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction, and welcome to the 10 gifted memberships. You guys are killing it tonight. Doc Ock with 10 more. 25 more gifted memberships. Started as a joke with Shane, and now everyone's gifted memberships. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. 25 gifted memberships. Welcome. Thank you. Sparkle Poots. Late fee headed to the tardy chair. Sparkle Poots, I'm just happy you're here. You can sit in that tardy chair all you want. You don't have to. I'm just glad you're here. Thank you for the super chat. All right, let's keep rolling.
20. That's better. All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Gubin. I have a
Top
insurance
right
policy.
corner. It's my wife and me.
Quiet.
I have an insurance policy here. The only thing about this is I don't see a valid date.
Oh God, you cannot be serious. Do you not see the Ram truck right there?
I'm serious. I'm serious.
I'm surprised I'm not getting the same courtesy as the others. This is blowing my.
I'm giving you the same courtesy. I'm giving
All
you
I'm
an
saying is-
opportunity to show me some proper documentation. You showed me some invalid registration first.
Sir, the truck is gone, sir. The truck is it got stolen from me at gunpoint. Insurance paid me off for the truck.
That
I
is
just showed
not
you the policy that you asked for, and you're
No,
still
I'm not.
satisfied. And I showed you valid
Gubin,
proof that the truck was registered.
Please,
But don't say
Mr. Gubin.
anything, Mr. Berry. Don't say anything, Mr. Berry. Mr. Gubin.
What did he say?
Please, every
Who's
time
this
you
is?
open your pie hole, you get it worse trouble. So stay the course, will you?
All I was trying to say was I'm extremely sick. I'm
If you
literally
don't
throwing up
listen,
right now.
listen
man.
to me. Listen to me. I'm not. We're not going to talk like this. I'm going to talk, and you're going to listen, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk. All right. So first of all, don't accuse me of not giving you the same courtesy as everybody else, because that's absolutely not true. I don't have to dismiss these cases just because you said you had insurance. I can send you straight to trial or make you or not make you take the deal. I can't make you do anything, but I'm trying to give you an opportunity to show me valid documentation, okay?
And I'm trying to.
And I don't see, what I told you is, I don't see a proper date on this insurance policy that you sent me.
All right, I'm going to show you this registration that I had on the Ram, and you will see what day that ticket was issued and what day this registration was issued, which was a month or two after the ticket. So the truck was registered and plated, fully insured after I received the tickets. That is
So
it.
show me the insurance policy, the portion of the policy that has the expiration date.
All right, you know what time it is. It is about to go down. I know it's already been headed that direction, but we're going from a steady drop to a huge one right now.
You show.
All right, that comment was made a year and a half ago. It's still true. It's about to go down. Let's go.
Show me that registration. 1/7/2024.
So you're asking to see if what? A valid what?
I'm asking to see the date on the insurance policy. You gave me an insurance policy. I have that, but it has no date on it.
All I showed was proof that the truck was insured, registered.
All right, I'm not gonna deal with it. All right, let's set a trial date. Set a trial date.
I'm trying to get this dismissed. This is this is literally holding me back right now.
You get it dismissed on the date of trial. Date of trial.
Nice. Thanks for no, I see clear as day why I'm not getting the same courtesy. Your name is Sean Perkins? Yeah, okay.
That's the last time I checked.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. It's
Mr. Gubin.
I don't need to hear it. I don't need to hear the blabby blab. Just stop talking to me.
I was just gonna ask, did you want to go in a breakout room?
What is a breakout room? I showed all my proof. I showed all the proof. I showed the proof, Mr. Sean Perkins. What is it? Is it my, what is it? My complexion?
Have a good day, Mr. Have a good
It's
day,
my
Mr.
complexion, isn't it, buddy?
Have a good day, Mr.
Mr. Uneducated Judge.
Have a good day, Mr. Gubin. You keep on
How are
talking
you
out of
even a
turn.
judge,
I'm gonna
bro?
hold you in contempt, okay? And we're gonna give you some jail time, okay?
What a clown.
All right. Oh, I paused it perfectly. This is the best person in this case right here. Is this guy. He's sitting there looking at him like, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to play the race card. Really? We're in Detroit. You're playing the race card. He's just like, really, man? Really? But that face right there says everything that anyone needs to know about this hearing. So good.
You done?
Anything else?
Are you
Anything
done?
else, pal?
All right. I'm gonna hold him in contempt. I'm gonna give him 30 days Wayne County Jail. All right.
Right. Okay.
That's you
Expect
have an
a
absolute.
huge lawsuit.
You have an absolute right to a hearing.
You
and
will expect a huge lawsuit. I showed you every single proof of documentation that I needed to, and you refused to dismiss my stuff.
Have a great day.
Why is that?
Have a great day. We're not talking anymore. All right. We're done talking.
Yeah, that's what I
30
thought.
days Wayne County Jail.
Like I said, people don't act like that in court anymore. They know they'll go viral. Good stuff though. I've already got Sparkle Poots. Phil, a cushion for Sparkle Poots. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate it, and I'm sure Sparkle does too. Madam, I arrived late too. It's the dunce cat for me. Well, thank you for the super chat, and I'm glad you're here. And Dave Mid, I'm late too. Everyone's late. I know. I started streaming 2 hours early. 2 hours early. But I appreciate you guys being here. We're having some fun, looking at some older cases. Yeah, all these cases are old. Every single one of them. I literally went back into my collection and started just pulling up videos that I thought were fun. For all those people that like to leave me comments in my comment section that say that I steal content, I have all the links to all the videos I'm playing in the description, pointed back to my original videos covering these cases from over a year ago. So I thought ahead. Go ahead, trolls. Try me. I appreciate that. For all those people that don't think I find my own content, you guys are ridiculous. Eileen, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Eileen. Okay, let's keep going.
Octavia Lewis.
Here.
Can I have the iPad? Can I have the iPad?
Okay.
Then you have to quit.
Go over there.
Okay. Now calling case numbers 22W002133A and B.
Yeah, which is why I started putting my watermark on the middle of all my new videos. I can't wait. So one of two things are going to happen. People are actually going to start giving me credit for the videos I find, or they're just going to stop using my content, which means my views are going to go up. One of those two things are going to happen. But it's hilarious.
As well as 22W002543A, B, and C. These are the Township of Ypsilanti versus Octavia Lewis. Ma'am, can you please state your name for the record?
My name is Bree Octavia Melissa Alexia Albertine Lewis. My incorporated name is Octavia M. Lewis Incorporated. That is the name is your time.
Okay. So today is the date and time set for a pretrial in the matter ending in C, which is for failure to display a license. I am seeing that your license is suspended. Is it something that you are working on fixing?
At this time, I've already gone to the Secretary of State. Unfortunately, due to Magistrate Nelson's unplanned retirement, there was an agreement on record with him that if I could get my license back, that these matters would be dismissed. Unfortunately, what didn't happen in that agreement was he did waive the fees for me at that time, and I went to the Secretary of State to get it, but I did not have the paperwork. I called to the courthouse, informed them of that, and they told me that I would have to deal with that in court because that was something that was on record, verbally spoken on record, that I would have to deal with the court. So I'm actually here today to try to get that reinstated so that I can receive it. I had the state of Michigan caseworker that was assisting me, that is the conservator for the state of Michigan, that was assisting me because of my accounts.
Okay. Mr. Barnett.
So I'm sorry, I do have to tell you this. This is actually the wrong venue for this because it is an incorporated name. It falls under corporate law, but I'm going to try to get this handled civilly because it happened during the time that I was physically in the car.
Your Honor, it sounds like she doesn't have a valid license, so I guess I wouldn't oppose an adjournment to allow her to go try to resolve that. I want her to be clear. I'm the one who is responsible or makes the decision about what sort of plea offer to make. I would not dismiss the case. My standard offer would be a reduction to a civil infraction if you get a valid license. It may be beneficial to put this case in front of the judge. It sounds like there may be more going on here than we realize.
Yes,
I wouldn't have an objection to that, Your Honor. I think
AKA she's a subset.
this should go before
That
the
would be
judge.
fine with me also.
Okay, then this is going to be adjourned to March 20th, 2024 at 9 a.m.
This might have been Magistrate Braley's first subset that she came across. And you see how fast all the prosecutor and the defense attorney is like, let's just send this to the judge. For those of you that don't know, Magistrate Braley just started last January, not this past January. She's held the bench for about a year and a half. This happened, I think, last February, somewhere around that time. And yeah, everyone's just like, nope, let's just pass this. Let's move it on.
And that will be before Judge Washington.
Yes, I think I like this to be in person.
Mr. Barnett, is that something that you're able to?
She's always welcome. I don't know. I mean, she's welcome to show up at the courthouse, and
Okay.
I'm going to be on Zoom at that point. So
That's fine. I have to be in person. I need to be in person.
And Attorney Anderson, I'm assuming somebody from your office can be here in person.
It goes by the judge's docket, Your Honor, but she can certainly contact her assigned attorney to work that out.
Okay, so I believe that in-person hearings.
My actual attorney is not here today.
Okay, so ma'am, I'm trying to set your time at this point because it's not going to be 9 a.m. The judge does not set for 9 a.m. I believe.
I'm going to suggest that we set it at 9 a.m. if she wants to appear and then Zoom into the courtroom. And then Judge Washington can determine if she wants to have her come into the courtroom itself.
Well, my attorneys will be accompanying me. This is why I'm asking for it to be in person, which is actually my right to be in person, to represent myself in person.
Ma'am, okay, I'm going to cut
I've
you off
never
for a
had
minute.
that.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
I'm clarifying with the clerks if the judge has a set time for in-person hearings. Let me find that out, please.
Okay.
She's going to be accompanied by her attorneys, plural. She's going to be bringing in a couple subset attorneys, and you know Judge Washington is not going to allow that. This is going to be a really fun case to follow up on.
I love listening to my comments from when I cover this. I tried to edit them all out. This is a 2-hour-long video. I know I missed a couple, but they're still fun to hear. I don't have the follow-up on this. I don't know if she didn't show up, if there was if the in-person wasn't on YouTube. I don't have the follow-up. I did look to see if I did. I do not. So I do apologize. We're not going to get a follow-up to this one, guys.
Okay. While I wait to hear back on that, I will note that the other 4 matters that were called were set for show cause hearings. Those will also be adjourned to the same date. Okay. So you're hearing the pretrial on March 20th, 2024 will be at 11 a.m. in person. Okay.
So a year ago, I didn't used to write down dates. I didn't have a calendar. I just flew by the seat of my pants. I just court hopped all day long, hoping to catch something. I did not write anything down. Now I have a giant calendar. She may have come back in front of Judge Washington. I just didn't get it because Judge Washington deletes her dockets instantly. Now I have a process where I can actually download dockets and I don't have to screen record everything. Back then, I didn't do that. So her follow-up may be on someone else's channel. I didn't look. I probably should have, just to give you guys peace of mind, but I don't have it. I really don't.
And if you have nothing else this time, this hearing is concluded and you are free to sign out of Zoom.
You said you were checking to see if there was an in-person time.
Yes, 11 a.m. in person. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Let's get a blood killing all those that came in the end.
All right. Got a few super stickers. Eileen, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. And Kat in Virginia with the super sticker. Thank you guys. That is awesome. And Kat in Virginia also became a new member. Thank you so much, Kat in Virginia. Welcome to the family. As Artie Foz said earlier, to all the gifted memberships and all the new members, membership Mondays, Monday night, every single Monday. And I do open the panel. So I allow you guys to come up. We interact on the videos together. It's a lot of fun. So hopefully to see you guys there. And a surly barber, you asked a good question. And I keep getting this one. This one comes up a lot because everyone wants to know. Mr. Magoo, he was moved to circuit court. So they had his preliminary hearing in Judge Simpson's courtroom. He was found not guilty. In a preliminary hearing, is there probable cause to move you to circuit court? Because Judge Simpson doesn't have jurisdiction to hear felony matters. So he'll do the pretrial parts of it, and that's it. So they moved him to circuit court, and he no-showed in circuit court. So he has a warrant out for his arrest right now. I don't know if he's been picked up. The last update I heard from him was about a month ago now. It's probably about a month ago, where what happened was he put in a motion to appear by Zoom. That motion was denied. Then he didn't show up for the court hearing that he filed the motion for, and they put an arrest warrant out. They went to his house. Apparently, they had a false address. I think I heard a false address. And yeah, so he's in the wind right now. He's going to get picked up. They're going to find him. But right now, he's in the wind. So that's the update on Mr. Magoo. To the best of my knowledge. Something else could have happened within the last month. I don't know. But that's the last update I heard, at least. All right, moving on. Let's go.
Traxler, case number 234878. The record should reflect that Mr. Traxler is present here in court.
Ryan Ziegler on behalf of DJ
Mr. Traxler. This is the date and time set for a sentencing hearing in this matter. Mr. Traxler, have you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report and go through that with Mr. Seeger? Mr. Seeger, are there any additions, deletions, or corrections to that report?
No, Your Honor, no challenges to score either.
Thank you. Mr. Ziegler, do the people have any additions, deletions, or corrections?
No, Your Honor.
Any challenges to the scoring?
No, Your Honor.
Do people have any victims that wish to address the court today?
No, Your Honor.
Anything on behalf of the people crowd?
Your Honor, this defendant is a young man, became involved in a, for lack of a better term, a conspiracy involving a large number of thefts of certain personal property in the area. When he was caught by police at the time of the arrest, he was cooperative. He told the police where the generator they were looking for was. He's been relatively compliant with law enforcement. He's appeared at most, if not all, of his court dates. I do think he's a good candidate for Holmes Youthful Trainee status. I think it's appropriate given his young age and his relatively good cooperation with the arrest and with police questioning at the time of his arrest. So for those reasons, Your Honor, I would ask the court to adopt the recommendation, sentence him to Holmes Youthful Trainee Act, and give him an opportunity to demonstrate to the court that he still can reform his life and turn the situation he's found himself in.
All right, thank you, Mr. Seeger.
Yeah, likewise, I would.
Yeah. Kfar, are you still here? Kfar was here earlier. He actually pointed me towards these documents. Eric Martin. This is a good time. This case is, not gonna lie, this case is kind of boring until the end. So this is a very slow burn case. So I don't mind pausing in the middle while they're just reading the facts. This guy's just he's 19 years old and he's a thief. He was a part of a group of people that just stole a bunch of stuff. Anyways, Eric Martin is behind on his property taxes. That doesn't surprise me, but he's behind on his property tax. The Michigan State Treasurer sent him essentially a notice like, you're behind, you need to pay this. Eric Martin's response was to file a protective order against the treasurer. That's what he did. And then he took pictures of it and posted it all over Facebook. I am told that, Kfar was here and he said he just did a video on it. So Kfar has a video on that. I don't know if Kfar is still here, but Kfar, drop the link for that video. Don't leave my video now to go watch it. Put that on your to-do list and watch it later. But we got to watch this, and then we're gonna watch Shane, and then you can go watch Kfar. Please and thank you. But yeah, Eric Martin's still up to his shenanigans. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
This has the court to give him the benefit of HIDA. The only question is whether or not the court would impose any additional jail time. He did spend 43 days in jail currently, or at least that's what the prison's report reveals. I did speak to probation and parole about this particular file. I think Ms. Wagner had some reservations about initially conceivably giving him the benefit of HIDA because there have been some unsuccessful discharges, and he is somewhat accumulating in criminal history, which is concerning. But when the offer was made, all of these things were known to the prosecuting.
Alex, please come back and let us know how you do. Please. Yeah. Let us know how you do. Good luck.
Attorney's office. Part and parcel of the reason why the offer was extended was, one, because he was cooperative with law enforcement, and two, at some point in time, he did make a truthful statement relative to his involvement and maybe that of others. But be that as it may, Your Honor, I agree with Mr. Ziegler. He's a young person. He can learn from this. He does have a family to support. He has been doing much better, at least from the time that I initially had met him up until the date of sentencing. He has been in continuous contact with me when a lot of clients who, for whatever reason, they just don't see fit to reach out to me even when I'm trying to reach out to them. But he has been maintaining communication. He's indicated that he wants to try and better his life. Because he's young, I'm hopeful that he'll have an opportunity to go forward and do some things that are meaningful with his life. And maybe now that he has a child, he'll see the benefit to maybe a good day's work in terms of see the responsibilities that he now has that maybe previously he wasn't thinking so closely about.
I've looked a couple times to sign up, and I haven't seen multiple stage signups. So I'm going to guess it might be by state, depending on where you are. It's in multiple stages. But in Ohio, when I was went to schedule mine, it was just one day. But maybe I didn't schedule it, so maybe once I go through the proper procedure, it'll tell me that it's in multiple stages. I don't know.
I think that also distancing himself from maybe some other people who are causing him problems will be helpful to him. I have spoken to his mother, who has regularly contacted me, who does have good family support. I think that HIDA would be a good opportunity for him to ensure that he perfects his probation, and I guess to the extent that he doesn't successfully complete it, I guess the remedy is that he would conceivably lose that status and also be subject to jail. In some instances, Your Honor, I did tell the client this, that if the court were inclined to impose jail with the caveat that you receive the benefit of PIDA, there are many instances where the court will suspend the balance, but will hold the time in advance. And so if you violate your probation, the time is already imposed, for which he understood as well. He's just hopeful that he'll be able to get things straight. He's remorseful for what happened. And hopefully we don't see him again other than to just walk by him and say hello.
All right, thank you, Mr. Traxler. Anything that you wanted to say today?
Your Honor.
All right, so we know what happened now. Got kind of a young professional or semi-professional thief. Got caught stealing a lot of stuff. All right, pretty basic right now. The end is where it's really good, so make sure you watch that.
I just want to go on with what there's.
Can we get a giant shout out to whoever's narrating these videos besides me? His voice just sounds good. I like him. He needs a better mic though. Definitely needs a better mic, but his voice sounds on point.
I just got into just a bad place in my life. I wasn't doing good. Right now I have one child, he's one, and I have another on the way. Recently I just actually got a job working at a restaurant just for some kind of money and to support my family. I'm trying my best. I'm just hopeful that you will think about Haida and just give me a chance. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I did read through the report, so I'm familiar with what happened in this particular case. There's also a lot of information in there about your background, your prior record and so forth. And it is concerning that at age 19, you're starting to amass a fairly substantial criminal history. And it involves a number of different theft crimes. There's an R&O in there. So I think you're running out of chances. You know, the argument that you're young and these are youthful mistakes starts to become weaker the more you continue to repeat the same behavior over and over again, because that shows that the age isn't really a factor. You're just engaging in criminal activity. I do think that there's really no loss to the community in giving you an opportunity under Haida. It puts all the burden on you if you want the benefit of that to comply with your probation, and if you don't, it just gets revoked. So I don't see that there's any loss to giving you an opportunity. And I think, you know, you still are 19. You still have a chance to kind of put things together here and get on the right path. So I don't have an objection to Haida, and the court is going to put you on probation pursuant to Haida. In terms of jail time, though, I think you need to do some time here. You've already had a 60-day jail sentence. You've already had some time held in abeyance, 90 days held in abeyance on one of the retail fraud. Those things haven't been effective in terms of correcting your behavior. And I don't see any reason to sentence you to less in this case than you've been sentenced to on previous cases. I think the principle of progressive punishments, as you understand, the more you continue to do this, penalties go up, they don't go down. It doesn't go in reverse. So the court finds that jail time is appropriate.
All right. Piece of wisdom regarding chefery. Stop cooking grilled cheeses on hot surfaces. All you're going to do is burn the bread and not melt the cheese. Start with either a cold pan, which I actually do, or a semi-warm pan. Don't let it get hot. The cheese isn't going to melt. Unless you're using sheep cheese, then that's probably the way to go. But a cold to lukewarm pan, butter, not mayonnaise, and let it cook. Done. There we go. There's your piece of wisdom chefery.
In this case, in jail time in excess of what you've already been sentenced to on different cases in the past. So the court is going to place you on probation pursuant to Haida for a period of 18 months. The court is going to adopt all the terms and conditions listed in the report.
I mean, that's debatable. Am I a chef? That's debatable. I have 20 years restaurant experience as a bartender, every position in a kitchen. I was a server. I was a manager. I've worked just about every position in the kitchen. So am I a chef? I was for a little bit. But yeah, do I call myself one? No. So like I said, debatable. But 20 years experience. That's what I have.
So it's important for you to go through those with your probation agent once you're released in order to make sure that you understand all the conditions of your probation. The guidelines in this case are 0 to 11. The court finds that a sentence in the middle of the guidelines is appropriate and accounts for your previous history as well as your behavior in this case. The court is going to sentence you to 6 months in the Kalkaska County Jail. You do have credit for 43 days served. The court is going to order that you pay a crime victim's assessment of $130, court costs of $325, attorney fees of $350, DNA testing fee of $60, and a state cost of $68. You are also be required to pay a supervision fee while you're on probation of $30 per month. Mr. Ziegler, is there any restitution being requested?
Your Honor, the report indicates that probation reached out to the victim and he wasn't able to provide a number of restitution at this time. I would just ask the court permission to come back later with the restitution amount if we can get that number from the victim.
Okay, so the court will reserve restitution. The court will leave that to the prosecutor to file a motion for restitution if that becomes appropriate at some point. Because this is pursuant to HIDA, there are no appellate rights at this time. Mr. Ziegler, anything further we need to address here today?
There you are.
Mr. Seeger.
All right, 6 months in jail, 19 years old, and already racking up that kind of record. Not good, not good. But he's about to show why he's so young right here. This is where the crying starts coming, and the judge shuts it down. All right, I'm going to let this video play out. I hope to catch you guys later today. I'm going to put out a couple videos today. I've got a lot of court to go through. You guys are awesome. Please hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Till next time. Bye.
Don't listen to Past Colin. This is the only video I'm putting out today. Past Colin has no idea what he's talking about. He's full of shit. Don't trust him.
Thank you. That'd be great.
Can I just say one thing? Sorry.
That's up.
I know you've already made your option and everything, and there's no going back on that. I just want to thank you for this opportunity. I just want you to know that I have a baby coming. He'll be born before I get out. I'm really trying to change, man. In the 90 days and the 60 days, I got everything figured out. This is the only county that I have anything over me. I'm really trying to figure out my life, man. My girlfriend's not with me. She don't even know. I just want a chance. I understand this county has gave me a lot of chances. And I'm just trying to better my life. I don't want to go down this road. I don't want to be sitting in jail with my baby born. You know, it's heartbreaking. I've been through this so many times. Just asking the court if there's any way I could hold in advance or anything. I'm trying to clean up my life, man. I really am. I'm supposed to have a baby gender reveal. We didn't have that for my last kid. It means a lot. And it's just, you know, I got a job now. I'm gonna lose my job doing this. I'm supposed to start another job docking and making more money, you know, supporting my family. It just breaks my heart that I can't be there for my kid and my girlfriend. Like, I'm supposed to be a man, and I haven't been the man in the house, you know. I haven't, like, look at my record. I haven't, you know, it's a bum. Like, you can't get anywhere in life. It's not who I want to be. I grew up looking at my peers like that's not who I want to be. You know, like, I don't want to be like everyone that I grew up around in my life. I'm just asking, please.
Yeah, so everything that you're saying, I get it.
I understand.
And it stinks, but what you should be doing going forward is once you're done with this, the next time you're presented with the opportunity to engage in illegal conduct, you should think about this moment and think about everything that you're saying right now. And it should provide real motivation for you to not do it again.
I know, but
that's all. You're done. You're going to go with the officer now.
Yeah, I mean, him and a group of friends were terrorizing the neighborhoods, stealing. He got 6 months in jail. There is nobody that feels sorry for him except for possibly his girlfriend and his parents. Everyone else is like, no, man, look at what you did in your group of friends. Like, we're not playing games. You're 19, you're an adult. Make better decisions before you're in front of a judge. Just saying. Okay, let's go. Oh, wait, hold on. I got super chats to catch up on. Madam, world's tiniest violin. Absolutely, world's tiniest violin. I didn't buy those tears either. Didn't buy them. He wasn't crying because he was sorry. He was crying because he was going to jail. You heard everything he said. You know, I'm expecting my second kid. You're 19, expecting your second kid. I don't like judging people, but that's a recipe for a disaster right there. Just saying. Just saying. Don't want to judge people though. He might be an amazing father, but if I had a kid at 19, oh man, I would feel terrible for my kid right now. But let's see. Hold on. If I had a kid at 19, how old would it be? 21. 22. Dang. Okay. Sorry. I just had to do a little inside math. Let's go.
These people versus Zachary DeGeorge.
The order is a public defender on behalf of Mr. DeGeorge, who appears in custody. Mr. DeGeorge, can you state your name for the record? Zachary Michael DeGeorge.
All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, Mr. DeGeorge matter 2 weeks for plea negotiation.
Counsel approach, please. All right, record should reflect you had been conference in this case. You're looking for a 2-week adjournment.
That's correct.
Probable cause conference in this matter will be adjourned to May 16, 2024, 9 a.m. It's yours.
Thank you, Honor. Thank you for the bench conference. At this time, Your Honor, I would like to motion the court for an increase of bond. I'm requesting a $1 million cash for bond of this defendant. As Your Honor, terrorism funding. I do not at this time have access to all of the threatening statements that this person sent out. Some of those are protected for safety reasons. I'll be following up with OIC to see if there's a mechanism for counsel and I to review them appropriately. Everybody's safe. And will specifically state that some of the threats that I have access to include this defendant threatening to, and I apologize for using this language, especially knowing that some of the people affected by this are in the courtroom, but specifically threatening to slit the throat of one of our Washington County judges. Given what law enforcement knows about this person and him having access to resources in the means area of some of those threats, I'm requesting $1 million so that we can keep safe and keep her specific victims safe as well. Also, I do believe that for the event that this person's mental health condition is not properly addressed, we will continue to pose a danger to the community at large. Thank you, Your Honor.
Respond.
Judge, I would object. The client hasn't posted bond. He doesn't intend to post bond. He is properly medicated. At this time, he's absolutely competent. I know the court seems to be aware that he has access to some amount of money. If he does, he hasn't attempted to use that to post bond. He's chosen to stay in jail instead. But regardless, he's indicated to me he's not going to be posting a bond. He has no intent to harm anyone. He's not going to seek anyone out, do anything like that. These posts, even as alleged, directed at anyone involved in Washington County. They were allegedly thrown out into the ether of Facebook. So I think the argument that this is part of some directed scheme does not seem to be supported by the facts, at least based on what I have. If there are other posts that I haven't seen, I can't speak to them. So I believe bond is set appropriately.
Can you imagine trying to defend those actions, especially as an attorney? He threatened a judge and the prosecutor, right? Was it both? Or maybe it was just the judge. He just threw it out into the ether of Facebook. What does that mean? He didn't mean it? I mean, he may not never meant to go through with it, but he meant it when he said it.
All right, Pass Collins, stop interrupting the video. We got to get through this. I was worried that I didn't have enough content to make it till 8 o'clock. Now we're going to be running up against it. So Pass Collins, stop interrupting. Chris, I'm going to get you back. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to get you back. I will.
And the record should reflect that there was a bench conference in this case, and if part of the court's concern are the other or information that may not at this point have been brought forth. That's one. The other indication, and I indicated this to counsel, and that because of other duties that this court involves itself in,
Because I'm my own me, ma. It sounds crazy, I know, but it really is so. Sparkle Poots is her own me, ma. I'm kidding, Sparkle Poots. We love you. You've also told us that story on in Discord, so. But yeah, I just had to poke fun.
am aware of at least what may be an indication, and I'm not sure, that there may be some concerted action of some type. Again, I'm saying that with caution because I'm not sure of that, and I stated that to counsel that I'm not clear, but it could look like that in this fashion, in that fashion. At this point, the defendant just having recently been arraigned on this, and I think that everybody should have an opportunity to look at the information which would be available, which can be put forth. And I will be happy to address it again at another point. I think for the protection of the community, given the nature of the charges and given what's been done, that I am going to grant the people's motion to modify the defendant's bond at this point until such time as this court orders. Otherwise, the defendant's bond will be set at $1 million cash surety.
You can hear the silence in the room right now. Nobody, the attorneys aren't whispering to each other. There's no silence in that room right now. It's like $1 million. He can do that. I think every defendant sitting in those church pews right now is like, yeah, what am I here for again?
Thank you.
Woo! Yeah. That last comment from Past Colin was dead on. Dead on. I didn't even want to pause it and say, shut up, Past Colin. It was right. Anyways, I think we have one case left. I left a little bit longer of a one for the end. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Let's catch up real quick. Chris. I already got tagged. I think I just tagged myself twice. Mayor, don't read this. Okay, I'll pass. Thank you, Mayor. Madam, Colin farted. I didn't, not this time. And don't worry, I am the type of person, I will absolutely admit that it was me, and I will laugh at all you for running out of the room. So I don't hide that. I'm okay with it. And Chris, ask Sparkle Poots about her sparkly dim bulb. Okay, Sparkle Poots. I hear you have a sparkly dim bulb. I don't know how else to ask her about that. Okay, last case. This one's a little bit longer of a one. We're going to do Judge Hayward. I had to put her in this one. This is actually the newest of all of the clips that I'm putting in here. This one's only like 2 months old. So let's go.
We are ready, although I do have to put something on the record.
Go ahead.
So, Judge, Mr. Wedlow is here, present in court.
Good.
So we would, though, object to any virtual testimony of the alleged testimony and the alleged victims. I believe that the
Okay, y'all waived that when he failed to show up as announced, and the court has had to wait for him to get here. Okay. Y'all were willing to go for it as long as I would let him stay at home, but now because I made him come in, which was what the notice says, now you want to bring that, no, we don't want any virtual testimony. I'm not playing games, Mr. Lynch. You can put it on the record, and then if you want to appeal it, you go ahead and do that, but we're not doing this.
And I understand, Judge, but for the record, I would just say that didn't consent to any witnesses testifying virtually and I didn't expect him to appear virtually. That certainly wasn't my instruction. And so that is just, we do object to that for the record, Judge.
Okay, let's go on. All right.
All right, just a quick backstory. This guy appeared virtually a couple days before this hearing, and Judge Hayward was like, no, you're not allowed to appear virtually. You have to be here in person. The defense attorney then said, well, if he has to appear in person, so do the witnesses. So that was important, because that this defense attorney has kind of he's this is the hill he wants to die on, metaphorically, where if the court's allowing Zoom court for the witnesses, but they're forcing the defendants to come in person, he wants everyone to come in person, which is an understandable claim. And but the witnesses aren't there in person; they're on Zoom, so he wanted to make that objection on the record, which, again, it makes sense.
State of Georgia versus Taj Brandon Wedlow.
Yes, Your Honor. The first witness, Your Honor, that the state will call, and we'll just ask for if counsel and Mr. Wedlow can go to the table so that our witness can stand at the podium to speak. Thank you. At this time, Your Honor, the state will call Officer Freeman.
All right, Officer Freeman, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your witness, Ms. Ponder.
Okay, thank you. And Officer Freeman, if you can just stand a little closer, I had a hard time hearing you. Okay.
Hey, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but before we proceed, I just wanted to check. Can I be heard through this microphone? Yes, I need
Yeah,
to.
I hear you, Mr. Lynch.
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Lynch. May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it is a bond violation hearing. Absolutely. I was just pointing out what the defense attorney's argument was at the start of the hearing. That's it. But yeah, but I don't disagree with them, though. If you're going to order everyone to be in person, well, you're not ordering everyone. You're ordering the defendant. Only the defendant. Everyone else is there by Zoom, and we know why. That means you're most likely going to jail. But in the defense attorney's like, you know what? I have to be here in person. The defendant has to be here in person. Everyone else is by Zoom. No, I want everyone here. You can ask for that, and he rightfully did. He put it on the record.
All right. Officer, may you please state your first and last name, please?
Dalvin Freeman.
Can you spell your first and last name for the record?
First name is spelled Dalvin. Last name Freeman. Freeman.
Thank you, Your Honor. One moment. Just two separate motions. I want to make sure that I'm on. Okay. Your Honor, before we begin with this witness, may I place something on the record, please?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. In this case, the state versus Taj Wedlow, case 2024 CR 06670. As the court is aware, the state did file a motion to revoke bond in that case, and also case 2024 CR 002. I'm sorry, 06671 and 006670. Your Honor, the state would like to bring to the court's attention State's Exhibit A, order for bond. Your Honor, the defendant received a bond for incident date October the 10th, 2023. He received this bond on October the 11th, 2023 from Magistrate Court Judge Cooper. part of his bond conditions, Your Honor, for the offense of battery family violence was to stay away absolutely, directly, or indirectly by mail, email, pager, telephone, or third person from the person, home, workplace, and immediate family members of any witness, including but not limited to Cedric Wetlow. Condition number 2, not return or go upon the premises located at 8571 Taylor Road. Condition 3, the defendant may schedule an appointment with the sheriff of Clayton County to accompany the defendant to his residence or location for which he has been excluded by this order to permit the defendant to retrieve items. And then number 4, the defendant must not violate any laws while on bond. And that is for case 2024 CR 06670 for battery family violence. Your Honor, may I proceed with this witness?
Any objection to Exhibit A, Mr. Lynch?
No, Judge.
All right, it will be admitted and you may proceed.
Okay, thank you. Officer Freeman, how are you currently employed, sir?
I work for the Clayton County Police Department.
Okay, and being employed with the Clayton County Police Department, does it give you the authority to issue citations?
Yes.
Does it give you the authority to, do you have arrest powers?
Yes.
And are you post-certified?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay. I want to draw your attention to May 28th, 2024. Were you in fact employed with the Clayton County Police Department on that day?
Yes.
Okay. And did you respond to an incident location 8571 Taylor Road?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall when you responded to this location, what was it for?
It was for a domestic dispute.
Okay. Did you have any contact with any individuals?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And who did you have contact with?
I had contact with Eric Wetlow, a Taj Wetlow, and a Cedric Wetlow.
Okay, so you had contact with Eric Wetlow, Taj Wetlow, and also Cedric Wetlow at this location?
Yes.
Okay, and did you have an opportunity to speak with, and what did you learn during your course of investigation after speaking with Mr. Eric Wetlow?
Well, Eric Wetlow told me that Taj had attacked him and punched him in the face multiple times. And all started because Taj was trying to be in his business while he was on the phone.
Okay, give me one moment. And at this particular incident, did you observe or notice any type of marks on Mr. Eric Wetlow?
No, I did not.
Okay. And did you have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Taj Wetlow?
I did.
Okay. And what did you learn from Mr. Taj Wetlow?
Taj explained to me that Eric was talking about him on the phone, and so he got upset and wanted to confront him about the situation. But I think he said also that Mr. Eric had a broom in his hand and he tried to use it defensively against him.
Okay. And did you arrest anyone on that day?
Yes.
Okay. Who did you arrest on that day?
Taj Wetlow.
Okay. And why did you arrest Mr. Taj? What did you arrest Mr. Taj Wetlow for?
I arrested Taj Wetlow for simple battery, family violence.
Okay. And how did you come up with that decision?
So based on the testimony that he gave to me and from the testimony that Eric gave as well, Taj admitted to punching Mr. Eric Wetlow. He also tried to tell me that he told me that Eric pointed the I think it was a broom, pointed the broom at him. He never hit him, but he also told my partner on scene that Eric did hit him. So he basically like he told me a different story than what he told my partner on scene. Also, Cedric Wetlow was there as well to testify as well.
Okay. No further questions from this witness. Thank you, Your Honor.
Cross-examination, Mr. Lynch?
No, I'm sorry, I just wanted to make sure I got the date correct, officer. What date were you just referring to when this allegation allegedly happened?
I think it was in May. I'm not sure the exact date. I know it was May, I think.
No further questions at this time.
All right. All right, anything else for this officer?
Yes, Your Honor. He was the same officer for another incident.
Okay.
But nothing further on this case, Your Honor, for this officer, but I would just ask for him to hold.
Okay.
Your
All
Honor,
right, officer, if you could just have a seat for me. And let's call the next witness.
Your Honor, the state will call Mr. Eric Wedlow.
Mr. Wedlow, raise your right hand for me. Mr. Eric Wedlow.
Right here. Can you see me?
All right.
Hello?
I see you.
Okay.
Well, I did see
Okay.
you. Yeah, there you go. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. If you can
Yes.
reposition yourself to
Okay.
somewhere where your Wi-Fi will pick up better, that would be good too.
Yeah, that's what I thought I did when I moved in the kitchen, but let me try back here. Hopefully it'll work better back here because it keeps going in and out.
That's better. Your witness,
This
Ms.
better?
Yeah, your witness, Ms. Ponder.
Okay, thank you. May you please state your first and last name,
Eric Wedlow.
and may you spell your first name for me, please, and your last name.
ERICWEDLOWE.
Okay, and I want to bring your attention to May 28th, 2024. Do you recall the police coming to 8571 Taylor Road?
Yes,
Okay. Do you recall who called the police?
I did.
Okay, and why did you call the police, sir?
I was assaulted by my nephew.
Okay, and did you provide that same? I'm sorry, and what is your nephew's name?
Taj Wedlow.
Okay, and did you provide that when you say assaulted, what exactly did he do?
He punched me in the face.
Okay, and so was that information provided to law enforcement on that day?
Yes.
No further questions from this witness, Your Honor.
All right. Cross-examination, Mr. Lynch.
None at this time, Judge.
All right. Mr. Eric Wedlow, just hold your excuse at this time, but don't go anywhere. Ms. Ponder, your next witness.
Your Honor, the state has no additional witness for this. Can I just have one moment?
While she takes this moment.
Your Honor, the state will
Nope,
call.
nope. I thought I had another second. Sparkle Poots, I want to catch up. I'm trying to let this play through because right now there's 15 minutes left of this and I need to end at 8. So that leaves us 3 minutes late. Sparkle Poots, I can neither confirm or deny recording bulbs. Thank you, Sparkle Poots. I appreciate it. That was funny.
Officer Freeman back to the stand.
Okay. Officer Freeman, you're still under oath. Your witness, Ms. Ponder.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. And I don't think they need to be there in person. All I was saying was I understand his argument. That's all I was saying. I didn't say he was right or wrong. I just understood the argument that he was making. It makes sense. You're making my client show up in person, but everyone else can be on Zoom. I want them all to appear in person. And he said that at the last hearing. He said that.
Officer Freeman, I want to bring you to the incident date December the 26th, 2024, were you in fact employed with the Clayton County Police Department on this day?
Yes.
And did you respond again to 8571 Taylor Road?
Yes.
And why did you respond to this incident location?
I got a call about somebody in the backyard of Eric Wetlow's home. He believed it was his nephew, Taj, who was not supposed to be there.
Okay. And when you arrived on scene, did you make contact with anyone?
I did. Make,
Okay. Who did you make contact with?
when I first arrived on scene, I made contact with Eric Wetlow.
Okay. And what happened?
He explained to me that he believes Taj is in his backyard, in his shack, I think it was, or his trailer, whatever. And so I went back there and I, in fact, did locate Taj in the back of the home. Also, Eric did have paperwork showing that Taj is not supposed to be anywhere around him or on his premises, according to the family violence order.
Okay. And did you make contact? You stated you did make contact with Mr. Taj Wetlow?
Yeah,
Okay. And did you place him under arrest?
I did.
Okay. And did you and what did you charge him with?
Violation of a family violence order. He also
Okay.
about the order as well.
Okay. No additional questions from this witness, Your Honor.
Cross-examination?
On that incident date, officer, there was no evidence that Mr. Wedlow, Mr. Taj Wedlow actually made contact with either of the home residents. Is that correct?
I mean, that's how he got in his backyard. He got to be on his property.
My question is, the allegation was that he was in the shed in the backyard, not that he had made contact or there was any kind of violent incident. Is that fair to say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And were you wearing a body cam during your investigation?
I was.
Okay. Do you know whether that body cam has been preserved?
Yes, it has.
And as far as the last incident date that we spoke about, were you wearing a body cam during that incident date as well?
Yes.
Do you know whether that's been preserved?
It was.
No additional questions at this time.
All right, so I have a question. So Officer Freeman, is the shed, whatever the structure was in the back, is that still located at 8571 Taylor Road?
To my knowledge, it should still be there, but that's where I located him at that time on that day.
No, I mean, was that the address of where you found him?
Yes.
Okay, so it wasn't like it was next door or somebody else's property?
No, it was.
Okay, and did you see the conditions? Was he allowed at that address? Was Mr. Taj Wedlow allowed at 8571 Taylor Road?
No, he was not.
Okay. Anything else from the state?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor. I would just ask if this witness can be excused.
Yes. Officer Freeman, you're excused. Please be safe. Thank you.
At this time, Your Honor, the state will call Mr. Eric Wetlow again.
All right. Mr. Eric Wedlow, you're still under oath, sir.
All right, Mr.
Okay.
Wetlow, I just want to bring your attention to December the 26th, 2024. Did you call the police on this particular day?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you call the police on this particular day?
Because I went out my car and I heard my nephew singing in my grandpa's camper. It's an old camper my grandpa used to have. It's on the property. It's right behind the house. And then I went back in the house. I didn't confront him. I went back in the house, called the police, and called 911. Told him to come. He's not supposed to be here. And they showed up, and I directed officers where he was at. They went back there, knocked on the camper, and asked was he in there. He came out. And that's when they arrested him. I showed him the paperwork that he's not supposed to be here. He was trespassed. He violated the PTO I had, protection order against him. He had violated that, and he should be, arrested.
Okay. And just so that we're clear, this shed or the camper is located at 8571 Taylor Road?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions, Mr. Eric Wetlow. Thank you.
All right. Cross-examination?
None at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Next witness?
Your Honor, the state rests at this time.
All right. All right. Are we gonna have an argument? What we doing?
Your Honor, I would just briefly,
Hold on a second. Mr. Lynch, do you have any evidence or testimony to present on behalf of Mr. Wedlow?
One moment, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, work that out.
We do not have evidence to present, Judge. I'm sorry about that.
All right, on the argument.
Yes, Your Honor. In the case 2024 CR 06670, the state will request and respectfully request this court to grant the motion to revoke bond. As the court has heard testimony and as the court has heard testimony from Mr. Eric Wedlow, which is the uncle of Mr. Taj Wedlow, who was the victim in case 2024 CR 06671. Also, you heard from Officer Freeman. In addition to the bond orders, Your Honor, it was stated that the defendant is not to have contact with Mr. Cedric Wedlow. As you heard from the top officer's testimony, he indicated that when he responded to the May 2024 incident date, all were present: Mr. Cedric Wedlow, Eric Wedlow, and Todd Wedlow. That is one of the violations of his bond conditions, not to have contact with Mr. Cedric Wedlow. In addition, Your Honor, another bond condition was to not return or go upon the premises located at 8571 Taylor Road, in which he did on 2 occasions after these bond orders were given. He went May the 28th, 2024, in which there was physical contact with his uncle, in which he struck his uncle multiple times in the face. And then again, December 26, 2024, when he was in the backyard in a jumper. Also, another condition was the defendant must not violate any laws while on bond. And so for that, Your Honor, the state would ask this court to revoke his bond.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
Your Honor, I would ask that you consider not revoking Mr. Wedlow's bond at this time. Mr. Wedlow is 28 years old. I know that he's actively seeking employment. And as far as the allegations that were testified to today, he is presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And he would request that his case go on the next trial calendar so that he can have the right to confront his accusers. Mr. Wedlow, as you saw today, presented himself to court voluntarily. And so that should indicate to the court that he is not running away from this. He wants to get this resolved. Judge, he just looks forward to his day in court where he can contest these charges and have all his rights to confront the witnesses against him and to testify if he so chooses to, Judge. Obviously, there's 2 sides to every story. Mr. Wedlow exercises his right to remain silent today. However, he does look forward to the trial when he will have an opportunity through his attorney to try to tell that story, Judge. You know, I don't believe that Mr. Wedlow has a history of violent charges that I'm aware of. I think he may have a burglary, which you consider that violent, but I don't think there's a lengthy history of violent offenses. And so, Judge, we would ask that you allow him to remain on bond until at such time as we can get these cases tried in front of a jury.
And Your Honor, if I could be heard, I know that counsel.
Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. 1 second. I'll be right back.
Oh, this is something I didn't fast forward.
The defendant's criminal history.
There we go.
All right, Ms. Ponder.
Your Honor, the state would just like to provide the court with some information based upon counsel's statement regarding the defendant's criminal history. The defendant was under first offender for burglary in 2019, in which he was on probation for 4 years. He just got off probation. He has a criminal trespass conviction. He has now 4 open cases, Your Honor. He just got out of jail this weekend. He was charged with disorderly conduct, and that incident happened on May the 10th, 2025.
All right.
So Judge,
You brought up his record. You opened that door, Mr. Lynch.
I didn't, and I understand what you're saying, Judge. I didn't launch an objection, but I understand she referenced the open cases in a disorderly conduct case and the burglary that I mentioned. So I understand that, but I didn't hear a history of violent offenses.
Okay, here's the thing. So, even if I.
Oh no, Judge Tammy, here's the thing. That's a Judge Boyd thing. Nothing good is going to come after that for your client there.
Mr. Wedlow is entitled to be innocent until proven guilty. He has not been proven guilty of the underlying offenses. But what the testimony of the officer and of Mr. Eric Wedlow shows is that he has violated his bond conditions. The bond conditions say not to go on the premises at 8571 Taylor Road. He's gone there. The bond conditions say not to have contact with Eric or Cedric. He's had contact. The bond conditions say not to pick up additional charges. He's done that. And not just once, but more than once. And so with that being said, while he is innocent of the underlying charges, he has committed bond violations. And with respect to that, not to mention you argued.
Doc Ock, that is very well said. And I will take it a step further. People that watch court for fun, right? No one's here because they have to watch court. We're here because we enjoy court. We enjoy the legal process. I like to think of us, we're intelligent, right? When you're watching court for, because you want to keep up with what's going on with court, whatever. You're not watching court because you have to. You're watching it because you enjoy it. I think that takes you a step, like it proves your intelligence. And I honestly believe that. So I love the group that we're creating here, the entire LawTube community, not just my channel, but everybody collectively. I love the group that we're creating, and it's been an amazing journey, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the next couple of years, because we're just going to keep growing. We're going to keep growing. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, Doc Ock, very well said.
You have to be very careful with your words, because you argued that he voluntarily came into court. Well, did he though? Because really, I had to tell him that if he didn't come in, he was going to be picked up by the sheriffs through county Uber. So my notice said voluntarily come in, or not even voluntary. I'm compelling you to come in person in court. I'm just be honest. I'm telling you, come in court. And he did not do that. And then I had to wait for him to get here for us to have the hearing. And then once we get here, then we're shifting and we're changing again. I've heard enough based on the testimony that's been presented, where yes, he is innocent of the underlying charges, but did he violate his bond conditions? Yes. Did he violate his bond conditions and present a picture sufficient for the court to find that it is necessary to revoke his bond? Yes. And so at this time, based on the evidence and testimony presented, Mr. Wedlow's bond will be revoked. He'll be taken into custody until such time as his cases are resolved.
Judge, we would request, if it's possible at this point, if he can be.
He's an active inmate, and I believe he's already on the next available trial calendar. So as an active inmate, he'll go to the top of the list anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. People that watch court are interested in court. I mean, I know the drama aspects there, but you're still here because you're interested in the court process. There's 1,000 things. No, there's 100,000 things you could watch on YouTube, and you're watching court. that speaks volumes for your intelligence. And I've said that from day one, and I will always say that. I will defend that. I will defend that statement to anyone who wants to argue it. I will. That being said, show's over. This is it. I did it, guys. I lasted 2 hours. I did it 2 hours without anyone on panel. I can't tell you the last time I did that when I didn't just have like one long case that I was playing. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Mayor comes in with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Mayor. It is so good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome to the 5 new members. Thank you so much, Mayor. That is awesome. I saw Rob jumped in. Rob, you jumped in right when I'm headed out the door. We are going to go raid Shane. Shane's done criminals. He has less than 100 subscribers to 25,000. So we're going to jump over there and hang out with him. And let's hope that he hits 100 or 100K. Hopefully he hits 25K while we're there with him. Yeah, Rob, you came in right at the end. I jumped into Biggins' slot tonight because he took the night off. So, yeah, I was early tonight. So it's not your fault, Rob. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you want to go back and watch it, feel free to go back and watch it. But let's go hang out with Shane first, and then you can go back and watch it. You guys are awesome. You guys were extremely generous today. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships, membership milestones, super chats, super stickers. You guys are awesome. I am going to stop talking and let this play out because I want to go hang out with Shane. He started 6 minutes ago. So let's go over there and yeah, let's try to get him to 25,000 subscribers. All right. I won't see you tomorrow. The reason I'm streaming tonight is date night was moved till tomorrow. So I'll see you guys Monday night for Members Monday. Please come hang out with us. We have a lot of fun. And yeah, also let me know. Do you guys like the old school content for me to bring it back? There have been some suggestions to do this, once a week to just show like an old school case. Like, hey, I covered this a year and a half ago. This one's good. Like a flashback Friday type of thing. So if you guys like this kind of thing, let me know. It's an option. Just trying to do something to create more engagement on Fridays. Friday nights are my slowest week, or is my slowest day of the week, and it has been for I don't know a year. So I'm trying to do something to boost Friday nights because it's just super slow. It's a Friday night. Nobody wants to hang out on YouTube and watch court when you can go enjoy your weekend. But just trying to do something, trying to think of some ideas to boost Friday night. So let me know what you guys think. All right, you guys are awesome. Go tell Shane I said hello, and I will see you Monday night. Until next time, bye.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. All right. Give you.
Am I dismissed? This is father.
Yes. Anybody connected to the Wedlow case, you're free to go at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. Next.